Y'all, I'm tired. I am tired, 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 tired. I'm coming, y'all. Hey, 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 my jazzy fam. So I'm finally bringing y'all Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, season 13, episode 26. Okay. And whew, so we gonna get to the people of it all, the Miss Selma, okay? And she says that she wants a new manager. Same old now, Selma. You said you want a new manager, and then you tell him 24. And then 24 is telling you the same thing that he's saying, booked and busy. And I'm like, booked and busy where? Booked and busy where 24. Never seen you, never heard of you. As far as, music wise, I never heard about your producer credits and all that. Come on now. You booked and busy on this show. You ain't booked and busy no goddamn where else. Okay. And then 24, excuse me, not 24, but Salma, she meets with Zell and Smooth. And she is trying to, book him, hook that. Now, Zell trying to hook her Salma and Smooth up, right? And all that. He trying to play matchmaker. And then Selma was looking at the fact that he's a producer and all that. And Selma trying to push her music and all that, and then Zell trying to hook them up. I'm like, dude, come on now. Come on, Zell. Then now Smooth, he instantly go in with Salma. And this where she went wrong, because she wasn't supposed to do this. He asked her what is her personal relationship with her husband. I'm like, oh, really Smooth. I see where it's going. But Selma met with Erica Banks too, to tell her about that was the last scene, but she met with Erica Banks to tell her all about Smooth and how, he's a producer and all that. And then she also tells it is determined about a mixer for new artists, right? And then Selma then tells Erica how 24 don't have time for her. And we've heard this before now, Selma, okay? And Erica says, 24, why you holding her back with her career? And Erica says in a low voice, he probably so controlling because she be cheating. And then the producer, she was in a producer. She was in the, and then the producer said, can you repeat that? And she said loudly, he be cheating. He be cheating. But 24, we get back out of that confessional, right? But 24, he out here doing shows and leaving Selma by the wayside, right? And it's like I hope Selma makes it big, and Selma is going to, she gonna make her mixer party, hands down. She gonna make it no matter what. Okay. So gracefully next, but I just hope that Selma has a good career because men, marriages and stuff like that, boyfriends, all that relationships. It don't mix. It don't mix. Hey, Rashida and Kirk. Okay. Mm. And then we get to Zane, baby, and he goes to see Jock because his brother, of course, he needs a kidney transplant and he needs to get, tested to see if he's a match. So he can, donate a kidney to his brother, right? Okay. And then it's like it's a life threatening situation. It's a life threatening thing because kidney failure is life threatening. Everybody should know that. And then he says that he is scared to go to the doctor. Then he was like, I'm the sole provider for my family. He is saying that he can't be, a month out, and then we get to Ashley, and then Ashley, Zane's wife. And then Ashley says that you gonna lose me if you do. Okay. Mhm. And Jock, he's saying, he's sitting there like, mm, the sound, it sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit. That's what I'm just gonna say. It sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit, and that's how the Jock looking at it, and I say the same damn thing. And it is determined that he won't go get tested to save his brother's life. And Jock looking like, y'all know that Jock do everything for his family. Okay. Okay. And he just rides for his family. That's the difference with you and Jock, Zane. And that's the difference. Cause you don't want to go get tested, Zane, or whatever. But Jock will do whatever he needs to do for his family. But Jock has shown a tremendous amount of growth from the time that we first met him. I can gracefully say that and gracefully next. And Zane meets with his mama. Oh, Lord have mercy. And she says that he still has not went to get tested, which he ain't gonna go get tested. And Zane saying, and blaming Ashley. And their mama, she needs to stop blaming Ashley too. So they both just sitting up and they just blaming Ashley. And I'm like, she ain't got no dog in the fight then. She really don't. She really don't have no dog in the fight. It's like she damned if she do and she don't. Gracefully next. Then we finally get to Rennie, Carly, and Spice. And they get together and Spice trying to get Carly to make up with Zell. And then Spice, Carly won't be having it. And Carly says she ain't pretty much having it. And then I'm like, now, Zell did Carly wrong. Y'all remember he did her wrong, calling her all kinds of old hoes and all this stuff. Then he was with the chick that was causing all the issues and the problems, and then tried to confront Carly about it. And then, everything, he called her everything, like I said, but a child of God, child. And then he called her an old hoe. And Zell needs to just calm down. He really do. Meaning that he is a gentleman and he needs to lay up and lay off, because you know how sometimes certain type of men, they just think that they can just be rah 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 with the women, and you still have to pipe down, because at the end of the day you still are a man. Okay. And Rennie was asked about Black, which is her child's father, right? And he's facing time with the feds. We know that from the last episode. But she got an old friend, right? And then his name is Fujiana. And he is on Gucci Mane's label, right? And he just was released from jail. hmm hmm And then y'all know, and we all know that Rennie is pregnant, right? Gracefully next. And we got to the mixer with 24 and Selma, and a manager trying to talk to Queen Key, about just her music and all this stuff. And she was acting all bougie and all that stuff. Then Zell says that he wishes that she would just shut the fuck up. And I think a lot of people wishing that right now. Okay. Then she been out, for 8 years. And it's like, who knew about you, girl? And all unorganized, they make the sound check and all this stuff, and you fumbled the bag with Spice because you had a chance to come out with Spice, and then that would have actually helped your career if you had came to the studio, but you was all the way in Chicago. I'm like, okay, girl. And that would have been good for her career, but good luck, Queen Key. Gracefully next. And we get to 24 and back to 24. and Selma, and they both talking to Smooth. And she, of course, told him how good that Smooth was at his work and what he does. And then, Smooth comes over and says, You are an artist and all, and then this your wife, and you're supposed to be managing your wife. Then in the confessional, 24 said, Look, you know what? You interviewing me. Don't interview me. Don't be asking me nothing. You need the job. I don't need the job. And it's like at the end of the day, 24, you a little bitch. Cause you can't even say the shit in front of his damn face. And he gonna have all that and everything in the confessional. But I'm like, but 24, we get back after that confessional, and 24 and Selma are talking all professional, right? Then they both get to arguing, and then they just throwing the personal stuff up and just being all professional. So they was talking professional at first, and then 24, he didn't flipped Selma's wig or whatever. She just go to argue and say, you not be there for me. You're not even trying to put my stuff first. You're not even trying to do this. You're not trying to do that. And then Smooth, he exits before he says that he's here to compliment. Sorry, y'all. Here to compliment and not complicate. Then he says, money and confusion don't mix. Gracefully next. And I said, that's the realest shit that I heard on this damn episode. And then we get to Sierra, and Sierra goes and apologizes to Selma. And it didn't quite go over well with Selma. She said, you was talking about my husband. Got a little penis and all. And that was Rashida. And then Sierra said, no, you accuse me of sleeping with someone else other than my husband. Then they yet get to, going back and forth and back and forth. And then Selma goes to get 24. And then 24, he gonna say, not talking to nobody about my penis and all this stuff. I don't even want to talk to her. And then he said she must want to see it. And then 24 talk about Sierra being tuna fish. And I'm like, no, sir. No, sir, don't do that. And then Sierra said, never that. Never that. And then she say, never that. Then Sierra apologizes to 24, right? But 24 was acting all funny and funky and shit like that. Like he didn't want to apologize to her and all that before he apologized to her. Then, before the episode ends, Selma says that he is giving, Sierra said that he is giving MPE, micro penis energy. Then say that he's saying he wants to see it. I can't see it. She said Selma's next album should be called Where Is It? Or is it in? No, her next album should be called Isn't In Yet. I said, Sierra, I can't play with you. Girl, I can't play with you. And that was the episode, y'all. And that was Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And that's season 13, episode 26. And I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded for y'all. And I want y'all to do what the thing says: like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe to be a part of my Jazzy fam. Bye.